Thank you for joining my life today. Yesterday was awesome. Today is another beautiful day. And do you know what we want to talk about today? Come on. As always, gather in here and remember to get your virtual popcorn. Don't forget to get your virtual popcorn. And also, wait, one more thing to do and your virtual ice cream. Come on, yeah. And we're going to have a wonderful conversation today. All right, before we get started, we want to invite our friends to quickly come join us. Yes, let's go grab them. Share. Let's have a conversation on parenting. And I have wonderful questions. Put everything together, and when we put everything together, it will then make sense. All right? Then make sense. All right? Yeah. What did it say? Yeah. What did they say? Gather in here, grab your friends, and let's get. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? In how many years? Just for 10 years. This word will be in your palm. Who would have thought about that? Nobody, right? And so that's why I said I think our parents. Sometimes it is blessed, but let's go. The first question for us today is now understanding that parenting during our parent age and now is different. What are we going to do? And how can we contribute to this new reality? What is the new reality? The parenting right now versus the old parenting. I want to share with you today a few steps that would help you. I want to keep it simple, like just three things. Before you discipline a child, because the Bible rightly said, spare the rod and spoil the child. We're not sparing any rod. We're not going to, what is your favorite food? Interesting. My favorite food? My favorite food, come on. I love noodles. My favorite food is noodles. What about you? Tell me, what's your favorite food? Okay, and so we're not going to spare the rod, but we're not going to spoil the child. But before you think about your children, oh, you did this wrong, you did that, relax, chill. Let's talk. Both of us, let's talk. And by the way, say hello and tell me where you're watching from. Yeah, so let's talk. The first thing, look inwards. We already know that we're going to look inwards when it comes to parenting. But the first thing, let me ask you the first question. Have you removed the way your parents raised you up from your mind? Is it still right there bugging? My mother used to do this. My father used to do this. My uncle used to do this. Hey, that was how many years ago? You're now a mom. You're like 30 years now. So that is about 30 years ago. Maybe you're 40. That is 40 years ago. Maybe you're 50. Maybe that's 50 years ago. And you're talking to your child that is 8 years. Is that relatable? And so relating what your parents used to do to you as a child, and now you want to do the same thing, it's not going to work, sister. So the first thing is to cleanse your mind, is to cleanse your memory. That is a very hard task. Yeah, cleanse your mind. Yeah, your parents used to scold you or flog you in a certain way. I get that. Yeah, but that's your parents. Right now, the kind of child that you have is different from you. Do you understand that? And so let's even assume it's the same world that we're existing in. You are different from your child, and your child is different from you, and you are also different from your parents. So you cannot just borrow like copy and paste model. Copy and paste model will not work for your children. So the first thing is to cleanse your mind, cleanse your heart. And when you're done with that cleansing, then it's time to look at the reality. What it is in your front. Where are you right now? And what is ahead of you? One thing Wait, before I move on, let us just take 1 minute to celebrate our parents. They've done so wonderfully well. We cannot take that credit from them. It is what they know. And then based on what they know, look at you now. Come on. You know, when you step out, you look so well put together. I don't think it's all by your effort now. It's your parents. Give them their flowers. Let's give our parents their flowers. They did so well. Give your flowers to your mom. Give some flowers to your dad. If you lived with a foster parent or you lived with a step mom, let's give them their flowers. This is all about celebrating our parents for this 1 minute. It is not too much to celebrate your parents, right? They have done so marvelously well. We cannot take that from them. When you step out, imagine, look at you in your office and you behave so well, like you're reading a script. Your parents did well. I am sending my virtual love to my mom, and I'm sending my virtual love to my dad. God bless you, daddy. God bless you, mommy. But right now, the second tips I want to share with you is have a forecast. Our parents did not forecast into the future to know that in the next few years, there will be gadgets everywhere. In the next few years, the world will be digitalized. And even they didn't forecast into the future to know that right now, in the next couple of years, father, mother, brother, sister, they will be in one WhatsApp group at home and they will be sending message in a WhatsApp group. They didn't have that forecast. Now, we're not going to do that. We're going to have this forecast, right? As a mom right now, look into the next 20 years and start preempting that training for your children. And then you're what? You're preempting training. Will you be able to get it perfectly well? No. Because you don't even know where this AI is going to. Maybe in the next 10 years, you will see AI, right? Bringing, they would have developed something that will just wash the dishes. Yeah, they will just develop something that will feed the kids. They will develop a lot of things. Development is going on right now, but you can preempt. What can be solid? Preempt emotional balance. If that is the only gift you can give to your children, you have done marvelously well. What can be solid? Preempt the power of relationship and networking. If that is the only gift you can give to your parents, you have done very well. To your children, you have done very well. And so in the presence of all this development, in the presence of all this innovation, which is going to come and more will come, but the things that you're going to give them will not be taken away. I love the fact you're paying so much effort on manners, which is good, but that is no longer enough, right? So the first step I said was to, right, detox. Detox your mind. Yeah, I was raised in this way. The expectation from my parents was this way. Do not expect that from your children because you are living in different world. So detoxify your mind, remove those expectations, remove those, as much as you can remove, please remove them. Then the second thing, tips, before you start scolding your children, before you start, wait, relax, you're too quick. No, relax. And by the way, please do well to love this quiz. This quiz is not a quiz, but do well to love our conversation today. Give me a thumbs up or leave a comment or just send an emotions. I love that. Okay, yeah. And so the next tip I'm trying to say is that preempt, right? Preempt your parenting skills. And when you are doing this preemption, right? The first thing you want to consider is this. What are those skills that will never fade, that AI can never substitute? So no matter how the innovation and the trend continues to trend, but these skills remain very important, right? So what are those skills? Yes, first one I said is emotional balance. Let them know. What is this emotional balance? Do you know, some people think that emotional balance for children is they are not crying. Oh, really? Some people think that emotional balance for children is that they're well put together. Oh, seriously? It's more than that. Come on. If you really don't know a lot about emotional balance for children or as a parent, it's something you need to invest in. invest your mind, read and research, okay? And so invest the skill, the emotional balance. Before you scold your child, have you talked about emotional balance? Right? Or now, let's even put a spotlight on you. You want to discipline your child, which is good. I love that for you. You want to scold them, you want to correct them. I love it. But are you coming from is your emotions really balanced? Or you just want to transfer aggression. Maybe you had a bad day, and then unfortunately for you, or unfortunately for your child, she just put up this character and you are like, oh my God, where is this coming from? And you just want to. So that is not emotional balance. So you do not have emotional balance. So the second tip, before you start this, before you start punishing or you're disciplining your kids, how well is your emotional balance? Are you rational right now, or you're sentimental, or you are emotional? So these are three conversations. You will not have this conversation at the point of discipline, but it's something you reflect on. The more you reflect on it, then the more you're able to come to the place of maturity, the more you're able to come to the place of knowing and consciousness of the fact that, oh, I'm not emotionally balanced right now. And so disciplining the child, I will not be doing justice because I'll be transferring aggression. So when you spank a child out of anger, you are not emotionally balanced. When you're yelling, you're yelling. You're not talking to your mate. Your child is just maybe 10 years, 15 or 16, and so you're not emotionally balanced. So sometimes then the parents will say, you're making me upset. No, you are upsetting yourself. If you're with me with that point, please let me hear your thoughts. Please, I love to read from you. What do you think about that? If you're with me right there, please leave it on the comment section. Yeah, you are not emotionally balanced. Maybe your child spilled water or even spilled milk. And then how? Let's do a retrospect right now. Let's just cast your mind backwards to when your child did something. Maybe he spilled milk, spilled water, or did something that you really didn't like. Let's pause. How did you react? Now, the good thing is that you are reflecting. Was your reactions directly proportional to what that child did? If no, so we need to touchlight that emotional balance. So that's what we're talking about. So the first thing we said, take your mind off the way you were raised, which is good. That is 5 years ago. Maybe that is 20 years ago. Maybe that was 40 years ago. Maybe that was 50 years ago. The outcome and the circumstances is different. Okay, so trying to put that burden of expectation, or trying to put that in fact, some people call it standard. And I stand to disagree with you. If you think you're calling the way we grew up then, that is a standard for 30 years ago. It is not the same measurement for right now. Okay, so things have changed. You need to change. I'm not saying flow with the children. No. Change your mindset, right? Previously, I don't know how you were raised, but you know what? It is different, okay? So the second thing, we're talking about emotional balance right here. How stable are you as a parent? It's really, we give flowers to all our fathers. Right now, if you're a mother, you're a father, you are a stepmother, you're a stepfather, you're a foster parent, or you're just an auntie, uncle, please give yourself some flowers. You are doing so well. Come on. You go to work, you come back home, you meet grumpy kids, you make dinner, oh my God, you are doing so well. Just take it. Take your flowers. I celebrate you. I wish there is International Parent Day. Come on, you are doing so well. That is good. Yes, so cut in those slack. For all those times you have beat yourself so hard. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Wait, relax. I say what? Relax. Forget it. Like seriously, sit down and just relax. You are doing well. You're an amazing mom. You're an amazing father. Okay, so I have given you your flowers. Let's talk. Let's have a harder conversation. Look critically at your emotional balance. Look critically at your expectations. You are expecting too much from your child. Yes, you are expecting too much. Oh, ask yourself, sometimes your kids will just appear so big in your eyes, right? And you're like, wait, this guy is just 7 years old. This boy is just 20. And they appear so big in your eyes. Maybe they are really trying so hard to please you. And because they are trying so hard to please you, instead of you to come to that table with appreciation and balance it up with support, you as a parent, you know what you do? You start increasing your expectation bar. You increase your expectation bar. Then you put them under pressure until two things would happen. They break or they close it. Is it that they break or they shut you out because they're not able to come to terms with your expectation bar? So parents, you're doing so well, but check your expectation bar. All right? And so realize, just ask yourself this one question. How old is my daughter? How old is my son? Yes. Ask yourself that question and take it a little further. When you were at that age, you know those parents that used to say, when I was in school, I made all straight A's. The day when we see those parents' results, oh my God, we're going to sit down and drag them. But are you doing that? When I was my age, I used to cook. When I was my age, I go to the market. When I was at your age, it's different word. So that emotional, that expectation, they used to do this. It is not what balance. So right now, celebrate these kids. They are doing so well. Give them their flowers and what calm down. So when I say calm down, I'm not saying that you should reduce your standard. I'm saying that you should match their age with their strength and their capability in your heart. When you match their age, you match their strength with their capability in your heart, then you are more real. And so let me ask one question now. So Yo-Yo, are you trying to say that we should not push our children to achieve more? Hell no, I'm not saying that. I am not saying you shouldn't put your kids to achieve more. Of course, they should do excellently well. They should even go beyond and above. But how then can we have a balance? Set your expectation right. And the last tips I'm going to be sharing today, and before I share that last tips, this last one is very, very essential because it becomes the foundation of parenting. If you're able to get this last tip into your DNA, if you're able to get this last tip into your psychology, if you're able to get this last tip into your strategy as a parent, you have done 60% of parenting work. And what is this last tip? A lot of people think that this last tip will come naturally. No, it doesn't come naturally. Yes, hear me and no peace. It is not natural. A lot of people think that because you are parents, it is just this last tip will just come like, okay, it is what it is. It is not what it is. This last tip is love. I will ask you this question, and I know your impromptu answer will be, of course, yes. Do you love your child? Yeah, of course, you're going to say yes. But in the context of what love is, do you express love to your children in that context of it? Yeah. So that's why I said this is the most difficult aspect of parenting. So before you now start hitting on your children, before you start correcting, and before you start disciplining, is this coming from a place of love? The next time you want to scold her, yeah, go ahead. But is that coming from a place of love? Ask that question. Yeah. Before you discipline your children, is this coming from a place of love? Before you have these conversations, is this coming from a place of love or is it coming from a place of expectations? You know, this kind of expectations don't match, right? And if it is not coming from a place of love, what do you want to do? Pause. You don't have to discipline that child right there. Pause. Go and sort yourself. Maybe you should discipline yourself. A lot of parents that discipline their children, I think they should be disciplining themselves, not the children, right? If you agree with me, let me see your thoughts on that. And by the way, please do well to like this video and share this video. And so, before you discipline your child, before you spank, right? Before you flog, before you scold, is that coming from a place of love? And is that coming from a place of understanding between you and this child? Enough of all those rash, impromptu discipline. Enough of all those raising of voice that's it's not thoughtful. Enough of all those transfer of aggression, transferring the wrong emotions, all your baggage that you brought from office, and you're looking for who to rot. You just want to unwind. Unfortunately, your child just throw around with one bad behavior, and you're like, boom! You use your child to unwind. Why? That's not fair, right? And so, how then can you love your child? Yes. Don't assume because you're the father, or don't assume because you're the mother, you naturally love your child. No, what is love? Love is beyond buying clothes, eating well. In fact, that is the least you can think about. What money can do is not love. Yeah. Because you can just sit down and do on Amazon and you order, and that's it. There was no effort. There was no thoughtfulness in my words. And so love is beyond what money can do. Love is action. Love is thoughtfulness. Love is forecasting. We said point 2 was to preempt into the future. Okay? And love is coming from the place of everything put together. So don't just discipline that child. You can discipline a baby, the 1 year, 2 years, or whatever. But mind you, it should come from a place of love. If it is not coming from a place of love, wait. Wait until you settle for love before you do that discipline. If you have not settled for love, then do not do that discipline. Because that discipline is not discipline, right? And before you discipline, I know this is like a cliche, but that's why I'm talking about coming from a place of love, because you process your thoughts and you're able to arrive there, and then you initiate that discipline. Have a conversation with that child. Do you know what that would help you to do? It would help you to what? Calm down. Don't just yell. Don't just scold. Don't just beat without having that conversation. So when you're having that conversation, right, you are what? You're taking steps backwards. As you're talking, you're listening to him, you're processing your emotions, you're processing your actions, and then you're judging yourself. Is this really necessary at this time? Or do I really need to break it down, as all these musicians used to say? Do I really need to break it down? Sometimes you have to break it down. But most importantly, love and conversation. It's very good. Children want to talk. No this and no peace. But we parents, we are busy with our hands. We are busy with our mind. We are busy. Come back here. So justify your next discipline. Don't just spank a child if it is not justified. And this justification, it is not what they have done. It is all about you, me as a parent. Are you balanced? Are you in a place of rest with your emotions? Is your emotions okay? And so, right? Is your emotions okay? And are you in a place of understanding, right? Have you showed love to this child that you want to what? Score this child? If you've not shown love, you've not given love, why do you want to discipline? What are you disciplining on? And so that's how a lot of parents, they will scold. They want this high standard of perfection from their children. They discipline, they push, they discipline, they push until the children either breaks or shut them out. When they shut them out, the children begins to do this perfectionist. Hey, let me tell you when you have problem as a parent. When your child is becoming too perfect before your eyes, that means you have pushed them to the wall, and they all want to look good to you because that's the only English you understand. You don't want to see their mistake. You don't even want to tolerate their mistake. You don't want to close your eyes to their tiny, insignificant mistake. All you want is perfect, perfect. Hey, are you perfect? You that is wanting people around you to be perfect, are you really perfect? And so you that is wanting everything not put together, are you yourself, are you put together? If you're okay, let me give you this tip. When you get back home, I want you to have a conversation with your children and ask them, hey, can you tell me all the imperfect things I've been doing? Be ready with tissue because you're going to be crying. If they're very sincere, ensure you beg them and tell them, I'm not going to use this against you. I want you to give me this feedback. Tell me all the imperfect things. Tell me all these high expectations. And I have pushed you to the wall. And you will be shocked to hear what these kids have to say. And it will so break your heart to see that you have been this. Yeah, I love it. You know how the Bible called these hypocrites and Pharisees? You want all of them to pray, but you don't pray. You want everybody to fast, but you don't fast. You want everybody to do this, but you don't do this. You are a Pharisee, hypocrites, and parents. Okay? And so, yes, have this conversation with your children. Tell me all the imperfect things I've been doing. Do not shut your children. Be involved. The children want you to be involved, but your standards are so high. And so pause right there before you think about discipline and correction. You did not do that. You did this and la la la, la 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 la. Wait, relax. Some things can wait. I know you have this standard, but don't allow your standard to take away the only ministry. You see, there are people that are called into some, but the Bible says that so to some it gave them pastors, to some it gave them apostles, to some it gave teachers, to some it gave a lot of things. But parents, they are naturally drawn into this ministry. And that's why a lot of time they assume that they have all the requirements. That's why a lot of time parents assume that, oh, I love my child. Why won't I love my child? Now wash. Don't interpret love for responsibility. It is different. Yes, we are responsible parents. Does not mean that you are operating in love. So check yourself. This is a call for reflection. This is a call for awareness. This is a call, right, to review what we have been doing, our parenting style. It is never too late. Even if you have children that are 16, even if you have children that are 20, if you have children that are 30, it is never too late to correct one thing. Don't go for a lot at the same time. So, but mind you, I was going to talk about the Pharisee, and that point was, I was going to say, before you start poking your children, poke yourself. You know, punch out those things, those wrong parenting tips, or those wrong parenting things that you're already doing. Puncture yourself. Those expectations. Wait, how old is your child and you're expecting this much from them? Right? Puncture yourself, right? Don't just go poking them. Punch out those expectations. Break it down. How would you say? If you need to know, paste it on you in your room. This child is 8 years old. Be calming down. This child is 10 years. Be calming down. This child is 16. Calm down. So all these irrelevant expectations that you are using, all this irrelevant standard. And let me touch on this point. You set so much high standard because of what people will say. You push your children to the wall, not because you want the best for them, because you want, as a parent, you want to protect your ego. You want to protect your ego. You want to be seen as this perfect parent. So how many trophies have you won? Yeah. How many? Show me your award as perfect parent. Clock it. There's no award. You can't use it to buy anything from the markets. And so don't be seen as a perfect parent from this community and society, and you are losing your children. Don't be seen as this perfectly, oh, this woman is doing so well, this parent is doing so well, at the expense of the emotional balance of your children. What is more important? Shut the door. Okay, so now that you're at home now, where are the community members? Where are the societal people that you are putting so much pressure on your children because you want to please them? They're not there. And tomorrow, when your kids shut you up, wait, let me tell you. Do you know that when you shut them with this irrelevant expectation, do you know where your kids go to? They go to those people that you are pleasing. Yeah. That's where they go to. And do you know that they will welcome them? Oh, mommy, come, I love you. So who lost? You. Okay? So cutting some slacks. Cutting some slacks, bring them in. We're going to talk about discipline next week. But, let's poke ourselves. Those irrelevant expectations, those raising of voice when it's not necessary, those expectations, those, when I was 10, I already did that. They're not doing it. So go down to their level. There's a song like Bend Down Low. Yeah, come on, bend down low, crack it. And our musicians used to say, break it down. So you break it down and come down to where they are. Our point 2 of this conversation was forecasting, right, into parenting style. Our parents did not forecast into this parenting age for us, and so that's why there is some gap, right? And so when you parent into parenting style, you are able to I think this will be needed. Let me work on this skill. Oh, this will be needed. Let me work on this. And then you're having a balanced perspective. And the first point we talked about was detoxify. Yes, detoxify as a parent. I'm not talking about skin detoxification. I'm not talking about health detoxification. I'm only talking about detoxification of your parenting style. The one that your parents parented, we have given them their flowers, which is good. Is it really working? Is it really working? The child wants to talk. Keep quiet there. Is it really working? It's not. When elders are talking, don't talk. Is it really working? When elders are talking, don't look at them in their eyes. You bend down. Is it really working? So you are modeling kids that are timid. You are modeling kids that pretend a lot. You are modeling kids that are not confident because you are borrowing the strategy of your parents and you are dumping it on this Gen Z. Is it Gen Z or Gen Alpha right now? So that's why I said detoxify. Wake up to the reality. Wake up to the new normal. Yeah. Wake up to the children that before you tell them one, they ask you why. And by the way, parents, when they ask you, why should I do this? Don't go like, are you asking me why? Oh yeah, they should ask you why because they really want to know. Answer the why. Be patient and explain. You know what? Yes. For every why. I was talking to my friends and I would say that when your kids ask you why, lift up holy hands and say, thank you, Jesus, I have an opportunity to train. For every why question you get, smile and say, thank you for this opportunity and empower. One of the videos on parenting I talked about, I said, get off that place of telling. Get into that space of empowering children. When you empower them, you're giving them the behind the scene, you're going into a little bit of research and you empower the why. And they're able to get it. And then when there are circumstances around that why, they already know, okay, there's a strategy here, there's a pattern here, I can bring this idea, I can do this, and I can do this. And they come back to tell you good results. Because why? You did not just tell them, you what empowered a behavior. You empowered a conversation. So empower them. And when your children are not asking you why, that is a big red flag. When you just tell your child, oh yes, mommy, there is a red flag. Oh, there is a big red flag. When last did you hear why from your children? Eh? If your children, oh mom, can you explain a little more? And they're not asking you that, oh, there is red flag. Do you know why there is red flag? Because is that they just want to get off your site? Or they don't want your wahala? Or they just want to please you and let them go back to what they're doing. That's why there is a red flag. It's not like you should be hearing why every day. But at least in a week you should hear why now. Is it one why a week is not too bad, right? And so guys, we're on this journey together. And like I said earlier before, we didn't have to go, we didn't go to attend any school for parenting, right? We didn't attend any school for parenting. And so that's why I said you're doing so well. For you joining this video today, you're doing so well. Take your pressure. Take it. But we can do better. The first tip is detoxify. The way you were parented is different now. Those unnecessary expectations from your children, you want them. I know, I get it. Don't raise lazy children. But you can do it without expectations. So you can do it with coming down, breaking down, and grow them, empower them to the level where you want them to operate. And also, we talked about, before you start disciplining your children, ask yourself, is this coming from a place of love? As a parent does not mean that you automatically love your children. Sometimes it's just responsibility. Sometimes it's just, you see, this parenting thing is complex. Yeah. When I say this parenting thing is complex, it is really, really complex. And that's why the importance of love can never be too emphasized. That's why you have to come from a place of love, where you shut the word away and you just love upon your kids. Come from that place of love. When you come from that place of love, you can do a lot, you can achieve a lot with these children, with your parenting style, because your emotions are now regulated. And so when the milk is spilled on the table, you're giving a reaction that is directly proportional to the spilled milk. So when the plate gets broken, you're giving a reaction that is directly proportional to the broken plate. Or when there's something that is evil, wrongly done, you're giving an emotional reaction that is directly proportional to that which has been done. And not just going like this, boom! For what? Why? Why? Is it necessary? No, if it's not necessary, calm down, break it down. All right. I want to say thank you so much for joining this live session today. Having you here, it's like a blessing. I do not take it for granted. And by the way, please do it to like this video and do it to share this video and much more. Have you considered a parenting strategy for disciplining of kids? We're going to talk about that. How to discipline kids and achieve results without touching that love. Yeah, that is complex. You discipline your child and the child is still happy with you. And you're still achieving that. Not that you have an 8 years old, your child is 8 or 9. You have slapped the child like, bah! You have flogged the child like, you have used beds, you have used sticks, you have finished all the discipline strategy. So what next? What are you going to do when she's 12 or when he's 12, right? And so wait, I'm going to send you. Next week, we are having the different layers and level for discipline. If you have a baby, don't worry, I have a strategy for you. If you have a toddler, relax, I've got it covered. But if you have 20-something, That would be forecasting though, because I'm not there. I only want to share what I have used that worked. But anyway, I can invite some grandma, right, that are doing so well, and so they can come and educate us plus me. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for joining this live session. Tomorrow is another banger quiz, Bible quiz. Woof! I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'll see you next time. But how are you? I love to ask this question, and I hope your week is ending well. Okay, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you, and you are the best. Please share this video to one parent, a young mom or a senior mom that you think would benefit from this video. Do it to share this video, and may the good God bless you always. God can. Amen. Take care and bye. Ooh, okay. I love this. So how should parents balance love with discipline? Oh, okay. So I have a question. I didn't know I have questions. So, okay, let me see. Let me answer it. How should parents balance love and discipline? Oh, that's a very beautiful question. The way to balance love and discipline is very easy. The first thing is to establish love on your own side of the ball, not from the children's point of view. You come to a place where you know that parenting is not just a responsibility, it is a ministry, but come from a place of love, right? And then when you have that love behind, okay, and then discipline, what has this child done? Oh, this child by mistake poured milk. So the first thing, okay, you walk out from your room and you see spilled milk everywhere. So don't just, oh, what the milk? No, the first thing is your tone. Okay? Your tone is the important thing. So that's why I said your emotional balance. You see how everything comes and ties in loop? Your emotional balance comes very, very handy in the place of discipline. And so to balance it is to ask question. How did this milk get here? Oh, you're not there now. You are not the Holy Spirit. And so don't assume that you know. A lot of time, like, let's give a probability, 70%, we have assumed that we knew what happened, but we really did not know what happened. It was based on assumption. And you just assume and paint that picture. Ooh, no, relax, ask question. And thank you so much. Yeah, when you ask question, you are able to understand. You understand, okay, this person said this, or maybe you have 3, 4, 5 children. Okay, what happened? What happened? What happened? Why are you asking that? You are what? Regulating your emotions. Regulate your emotions, parents. It's very beautiful. It's very powerful. You're regulating what? Your emotions. The more they explain, you're regulating your emotions, you're regulating your reactions, you are knowing what to do, you're hearing their tone. Sometimes you see fears in their eyes because they know that you're going to do this. And you are not sensitive to that fear. All you are concerned about, why did this thing happen? But the fear in their eyes is much more heavier than what has happened. So what are you going to do? Stay put on that thing, fix that fear. So if you don't fix that fear, plus one, plus another fear, another fear, another fear, another fear, you have created a child that is afraid of the father. You have created a child that is afraid of their mother. And then you are what? Bringing a gap. You are nurturing and sponsoring a gap between you and your children. That gap can go for adulthood, can go for a lifetime. You cannot break it. And then you have transactional relationship with your children. Oh, go do this. Yes, mom. Oh, go do that. Yes, mom. Why? Because you did not see the fears. You were only mindful of this place is scattered. Let it be scattered. Cut in some slack. In fact, scatter it with them. What are you doing? You are regulating your emotions. You are building trust. The trust. Play with them. Let's do hide and seek. Play with them. What are you doing? You're building trust. You're regulating it. Too much of expectations. It's not good. I hope I was able to answer your question. But I didn't want to spill everything. But next week I'm going to be talking on discipline, and so you will see the different layers. And discipline is very progressive. Like seriously, very progressive. Let me just spill this. Do you know that I have 3 kids, but I've not got cane to beat? Why should I waste it? Why should I flog? Eh? I need it in the future. I pray I don't need it in Jesus' name. Amen. Do you understand? So I can do this, and some things will be regulated. Do you understand? I am saving it, and they're happy. Oh, they know. Oh, won't mommy do this? Mommy said stop. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good with that. So start guys, save it. Why will you? Relax. What now? You're not shouting. Is there a thief in your house? What did the child do? So wait for our next conversation on discipline levels for children. Thank you so much, and thank you for your comments. Thank you. I love you right back. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your emojis. Thank you for your like. It's always my pleasure to do this with you. Like I said, this is a community, and I also want you to leave your comments. If you have stories, if you have strategies, please leave it, because somebody will come back to this live to read, and it might be your comment that would just put in the missing plug for the person. So your comment is very important to this community. Thank you so much, and ensure your week is ending well, and take care. Let me see. I don't think I have any other question. Yep. And if I have any other questions I have not addressed, I will type the answer later. Take care. See ya. Bye.